Okay, so I saw Leticia was live, and then I went to her page, and she has like a couple videos that's only a couple minutes long. But I'm just going to start with the one that was live. Well, I think she's still live, but of course I'm going to rewind it.
Not molded, mutated, and distorted.
She must have had problems in the beginning.
Constantly, just completely. The people that I interact with are so devolved, so irritating that it's really hard to get my points across without seeming as though I'm the one that's incredulously incompetent, although it's the other way around. Obviously, we know that due to the fact that these individuals that slander me, harass me, troll me, are completely absurd. They do this to everyone. They try to make up stories. They try to make up. Understand, it causes publicity for my channel. It causes people to interact and engage with my side of the story, figure out who I truly am. What is Leticia about? Why is she doing all of this? Why does she continually harass everyone else with her truth? Why? So the reason why is because I wanted to share a part of myself with my child that I had been forced to be away from for 6 years. That's initially why these videos started. Hello, everyone. I hope you have a good morning. I know this is me ranting about the issues that I've seen online, the messages I've received here and there, the irrational commentary that is made about my life. They weren't there. They don't have any proof of these things. So anybody calling me a dog killer has no proof of it aside from my willing confession toward it. So
she's saying the same thing she said the other day. Like, oh, people said I killed the dogs. There's no proof of it. You have no proof of it besides me admitting that I did it. And then she goes to pretty much incriminate herself more and more. So it's like obviously she did it, but we don't need to see the actual proof if you're telling us everything about it. I mean, it's sick. I'm gonna have to look at the couple videos that she did before this one, because they were only a couple minutes long, and so I think she was having problems with the live.
When somebody has mentioned this morning in an email, that's how deranged these individuals are. They want me to discuss it. I don't want to discuss it. You know what I want to discuss? I want to discuss that I have to fucking shit out a child in a few fucking weeks or less. You know what I want to discuss? The fact that I don't have a home. The fact that I searched for a home in different areas of the Midwest and no one had placement for someone like me. They kept telling me to call back, call back, call back. Well, after so long, after prolonged and sustained abuse, like I've had to have my entire life, apparently, that's just how the world works, right? You can't expect anything more than abuse. You can't expect anything more than trauma. You can't expect anything more because you're not worth it. No, nor will you ever be worth it. So, and I realized that. That's why I started creating these videos so that my daughter could see a portion of me that she was not informed about. My habits, my routines, my talents, my my ability to offer compassion at the worst sort of intervals of my life. I still have had the capability of adjusting my moods in order to reflect on the situation and try to be sort of considerate of everyone involved because I understand that my being, my essence, my energy is a lot for people to handle. They don't like to be confronted with their issues immediately, yet I pull them apart psychologically the moment that I meet them because I've had so much therapy in my life since I was 12, since I had my first suicide attempt with my mother's pain pills. So, and my stomach got pumped, and I was fed charcoal, and it's all, you can find all of those records at the Beloit Memorial Hospital in Beloit, Wisconsin. Everything I state can be tracked and traced. Everything that I state for my story is relevant. There's a reason why I keep harping about the same things over and over again, because I was overly educated, because I was allowed to go off to college on my own and to educate myself about the world around me. And then I was forced into having to live on the streets, forced into living out with the general populace, and realizing how overly educated, overly skilled I am for the majority. And the fact that I speak in such a way that people tell me to go off and finish my education, which would be nice. It would be very nice. But do I have the funds for that? No. Have I been offered the funds for that? No. Does everyone tell me to take out more loans? Yes. That's confusing. I'm so sorry that you're crazy in that manner to think that I owe the world something. Yet, hold on, I wasn't asked to be placed into this world. So maybe the world does owe me something. A lot of things, like the basic necessities I need to live and survive, and the basic common sort of staples like emotional support, physical health and well-being, to be able.
No, the world does not owe you anything. If you need help, seek help. But you need to humble yourself and be nice and sweet. You can't be a freaking asshole and expect for people to want to help you. But no one deserves give me this, give me this. I mean, I feel sorry for the things that she's gone through, especially whenever she was younger, because her parents, I believe, did fail her and she didn't get help for that. But we all have most of us have some pretty dark pasts, and it doesn't give you the right to treat anyone or act the way that she acts. Good morning, Em. Hello, Trisha. Yeah, she's so entitled. It's so crazy because most of the time whenever you have a bad childhood or trauma, you don't feel so entitled. But she even admits it. She's spoiled and entitled. It's ridiculous. Top of the morning to you, Trey. Come see your girl. I'm just kidding. She's defending herself this morning.
Be able to be active and have the allotments to do so.
Allotments.
All of these things, maintaining my health diet, maintaining myself through proper education, maintaining myself through hygienic means, being able to, afford a suitable home and housing and separate facilities, because I understand that everyone else is contaminated. And when we're using these public facilities, a majority of the time, I went into a restroom the other day. Oh my goodness. And I wanted to take photos of it, but I thought, what the hell? I was in a bad mood, didn't bother. There were fingerprints, shit fingerprints smeared all over the wall of this brand new facility. I can't remember what the gas station was called, but it horrified me. There was literally marks all over the wall there. There were marks all over the toilet seat inside of it. And I thought, that has to have been there for more than just a day. That's had to have sat there for more than just a day. And I had to finish using the facility, because what am I going to stop myself from being pregnant right now, 37 weeks, and tell myself, no, you've got to hold your urine because everyone thinks you should, right? Just like that officer that forced me to hold my urine when I was 7 months pregnant there at Benton County Police, correction facility. So, yeah, do you think that I'm going to forget that, Officer K? You think that I'm going to forget that all of a sudden? Oh, you forcing me to sit down when I asked you as a pregnant woman. Sorry, I've got to urinate. What is she?
Golly, sorry. Again, there's an entitlement. Sometimes you just got to hold it, okay? If you're being arrested, they're not worried about you. You're lucky they didn't drag you out of the shower. Weird depends then. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if she does. I know, Kara. It's ridiculous. She needs a wake-up call. It's so hard. Like, you think, okay, this is someone's rock bottom. And then it never is. Red velvet waffles. That sounds good. I had to warm my coffee up for this. I know. I'm so curious. I mean, she admitted to us, yesterday, that the reason why she left was so she was in a state where she would not get in trouble if she had weed in her system whenever she goes into labor. So I'm just really curious, like, is she going to give them, what type of information is she going to give them? Are they going to be able to pull her up and know, okay, this is Leticia, she's crazy, we need to contact CPS, and she has a warrant out for her arrest? Or is there a way that she's going to be able to go get it done and without them knowing who she is? And then she might have a chance to walk out with the baby.
You expect me to do? Urinate all over myself? Like I did last night in the backseat of my fucking car?
Yeah.
That makes it humorous. It's not humorous.
Step outside.
It's not in the slightest.
What the
It's
hell?
not in the slightest. I lived through fucking hell, and in order for you people to get stimulated and laugh about my life, laugh about, oh my God, there is someone that is living the worst, and she is still condescending toward your trash. She is still, you're not good enough for me, and that must hurt. That must really hurt. I mean, the fact that I can pinpoint your flaws, your mental illnesses, which later today I'm going to take a video of all of the phone calls that I've had recently of this man who is so fucking beneath me. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows his voice and everyone understands how deranged these individuals are. And I will be placing those videos.
Who? Of who? I hope she's not talking about Jason. I mean, she never learns her lesson, but I'm curious who she's talking about.
Online shortly when I go over to the library. Why? Because they don't know me in this town. They're not supposed to have inside information about me in this town. They shouldn't be asking me to stop what I'm doing over a warrant for a falsified allegation that
Okay. I wonder if I should contact that lady that's in the law enforcement and ask her if they are working with people outside of the state. I mean, she's not even hiding it. Like, people know that she has a warrant and she left the state. And she's I did listen to, I'm so bad with like going to other people's channels. Like, honestly, the only people I've been watching lately is Molly Golightly and Justice for All. I really, really like them. And then there's like a couple other channels I watch, but I did hear it for a little bit. But I was trying to go to sleep, so I didn't hear the whole thing. It wasn't really anything new. Like, nothing really surprised me. I wasn't sure exactly I don't know. Like, I'm still not positive what happened with Angel. And the dad. I think the dad did. I think she verified that the dad did touch her. I don't know what all exactly he did to her. I don't know. I've always believed something happened in her childhood. And her mom fucking didn't stick up for her. Her mom didn't do shit about it. So I feel sorry for her. I feel bad for her. And I wish she got counseling. Because I really do think she went through a lot of shit whenever she was younger, and she never got the help. Her parents failed her. The system failed her. But that still doesn't give her the excuse to act the way that she acts, especially, with babies and dogs and everybody like that. Yeah, I did hear that part about the autopsy. That's probably a sign of some kind of mental illness. Kara, she's walking out with that baby. She knows what she's doing and will walk out free and clear. Shut up, you nasty line. How can you find out? Yeah, that's what I've been debating. I was getting really aggravated, even though the person that I talked to in law enforcement, she's really nice and she's really sweet. And I know she's trying, but I get aggravated. So I just stopped talking to her because I'm like, nothing's going to fucking happen. So I'm done. But now I'm wondering if I should reach out to her and be like, hey, just wondering, do y'all know like where Leticia is? Are y'all working with other states? Like, does the surrounding area know about her? Because I'm very curious. I mean, because she could be dumb, but she's pretty smart too. Like, I agree. She knows what she's doing. I don't understand. How did the dad use her sister? Like, what did he do to them? Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to know. I know. I'm the same way. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, like, you have to fix your shit. I went through a lot of shit, but I don't grow up and be like, okay, the world owes me everything because this is everything that I've been through in my life. You have to heal yourself. Yeah, and that's why it really pisses me off about the mom. Like, how the hell? And I don't know if it was their biological dad or their stepdad. It's fucked up. It's disgusting either way. And I can never respect her mom ever for not stepping in and doing anything. I would fucking kill somebody. There's no way in hell. No fucking way. So, yes, I do believe her. I do feel bad for her. But unfortunately, a lot of things happen to a lot of people, and you have to heal yourself. That's just how it goes. St. Louis. She's in St. Louis right now.
Falsified. I faked a report. Excuse me, I already knew. That's why I had tried immediately.
What?
And I laughed over the phone. That's why the detectives had no way of speaking to me face to face, because they probably would have burst out laughing or in tears because I would have made them cry, because that's how my emotions are. My emotions will get to whatever person, they'll weasel themselves in, and they'll inform them, excuse me, this isn't how you're supposed to be handling another human being. Why are you being so and acting so inappropriately? Can you not just do your job? Is this not your career? Do you not get paid for this? Do your research, do your investigations, understand whom you're dealing with, and how absurd that you sound toward me. I just, and I tell people, and they look at me like I'm putting on a show. No, this is Leticia. This is the Leticia show. This is her entire life. That's why people made me out to be insane, because I am above them. And I realized that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You got the certification. I'm sorry. What? You're so funny. You get paid more than me in this day and age? Oh, you're corrupt. Oh, you're incompetent. You're ignorant to the world around you, truly. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. So It bothers me. It irks me to an extreme because I've urinated on myself last night trying to piss in a bucket in my car. Why? Because I don't have much gas money in order to get myself back and forth to any facilities that are 24 hours. And I know I leave it up to God. I tell everyone, God will support me regardless. God is there for me. Quit fucking calling me right now. Do you not have any fucking life? A million goddamn calls. That's why I keep
Up like that on the
shoving my
screen.
thumb up like
Quit
that on the
fucking-
screen. Quit fucking calling me. And why should I change my number? Why should I alter my reality for these monster fucking idiots?
That they're better than. I'm sorry,
That
what?
they're better
Is
than.
that why you talk down to
sorry, what?
someone like
Is
me?
that why you talk down
Is
to
that why
someone
you
like me?
presume
Is
Oh
you're
my
that
gosh.
presume you're
Let's just hear. You are the one who thinks you're better than. You think you're better than everyone. Literally, you tell us that all the time. And that would be awesome. Let me know if you hear anything. I'll reach out to the lady that I was talking to. I just want to know where she's at for sure before I contact her. I mean, I'm not gonna call and like tattletale on her, but I'm curious if other states nearby know what's going on, or it's like, for instance, if she goes to this hospital out of state, could she walk out with the baby, or do y'all have shit under control? Don't punch your TV, Kira. Put in your number on YouTube. I know, Rose. Like, she puts her number, her email, everything. Everything. Oh my gosh.
You're more intellectual.
And another thing, sorry, this might be like TMI for like some of y'all, but before I pee in my damn truck, I would be going outside peeing, okay?
That you're more stable mentally, that you understand more about the physics and biology of the body.
Are you a moron? Apparently so. Apparently, I just have to ignore you constantly. And apparently, you just have to regulate yourselves as a bunch of idiotic sort of mutants in whatever kind of clique you're in. And I think that's hilarious. I think that's so funny that I just don't want to jump through your fucking hoops anymore. If you force me to, you're going to be fucked. You're still fucked regardless. And you all know that. That's why you continually harass. That's why you think that at some point it's truly going to get to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, I've made suicide attempts before. You have no idea. My family got to me first, bitches. My family got to me first. Which brings me around to the point of making this video in such an angry manner where somebody had said something about everyone loves your hotter sister. Are you using actors to play roles in these situations? Are you seriously that fucking mentally ill and psychotic that you're making up individuals, and that's why I keep relaying the actual people? That's why I keep relaying who these people truly are, and photo evidence and documentation and everything? Is that what you want? Is that what you need out of my life? I've told you, I've disclosed these people. They can be tracked and traced. The fact that I was there and I told the police about my nephew who had come to me at the age of 13 telling me that he was sustaining sexual abuse by one of his stepfathers, and my sister didn't do anything. He came over 3 days in a row, harped about the same issue. I smell like piss right now. Not like smell like piss, but like for me, I pissed on my fucking shorts. I'm very mad about this. And I know I get off on my tangents. I know I go back and forth to the story, and it always comes back around for a clear meaning. But you understand how irritating it is that my sister got away with allowing the sexual abuse to happen in her home. And then she got custody of her child again because Hillcrest there in Hot Springs didn't know how to handle a suicidal man-child because he was literally the size of a man when he was 13 years old. So he had aggressive tendencies like every other ignorant animal in the male side of my family. Just a bunch of incompetent fools. You know, beating on their chests
to act like they actually are going to do something or maintain themselves better than anyone else. Like, oh God, I'm going to kill you. Ah, okay, go ahead and act retarded. That's exactly what most men do. They're very competitive. They truly are. And it's a shame because you look stupid. You look ignorant. If you have to get physically violent with people, then there's something wrong with you completely. It's hilarious. And it makes me laugh because are you that devolved? Oh, apparently you are. Oh, that's so funny. People try to get me to switch and alter my mindset. I'm like, no, you're all cursed. I pissed on myself last night. I pissed on myself at 9 months pregnant with a man that I don't even know. And there's proof in that. There's no way Leticia would have honorably done something like that. Like, no, that's dishonor to her, dishonor to her offspring, which was Tara at the time. And now this kid's supposed to be mine. People are trashing me, saying all kinds of nonsense. You paid an actor to play my sister. My sister has her teeth falling out and her hair falling out. She has very curly hair. She's got a slender nose. She was at some point over 400 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is what freaking happens, man. I walk away for 1 minute to message my mama back, and I come back, and did she just say someone hired someone to be her sister? This is crazy. Oh my gosh, Trisha. But that would be so freaking crazy if you saw her. I wish I could put a fucking GPS on her ass. She threatened to live stream her birth and a child could come across it. Oh my gosh. The only reason why I just want her to I just want to know that she's safely in the hospital and the baby is safely being born. That's what I care about. But she's had a few times said that she was going to go live and whenever she gives birth and show how he comes and then she has to give him away or whatever. Which I'm really curious if she's actually going to do. Because all 3 times I was giving birth, there's no way in hell I'm sitting there trying to be on my damn phone. But we're also talking about Leticia. She, took a shower and went live whenever the cops were about to come get her to arrest her. So you never know.
5'11" or something like that. I don't know. She's very tall. She's very, very, very big. And she's always been like that, but she was always heavy set on the bottom, so she had like a huge ass. And now I understand why. It was probably because she was getting so stimulated all the time. My dad was apparently raping her from the time she was 5 until she was 17 when she ran away. That's what she always told me. That's what I always knew. And I feel sad because I saw him, lock them into rooms together. I saw, when I would wake up, we all slept in the living room at night over there at Afton, and I woke up to them being locked into the room, my parents' room alone. My mother knew what the fuck was going on. She knew about the sexual abuse, and she just didn't do anything. So my sister, she does not look well. If you're using an actress that's very lovely and everything, I'm sorry, but my sister had the lap band or whatever gastric bypass surgery, and she was over 400 pounds at one point. And then when she lost all the weight, she of course had big lumps of fatty tissue. I was trying to be avoidant of that because I'd gotten over 300 pounds and I wanted to do everything naturally, go the hard way, take the hard route because it was worth it. And it was worth it. My body sustained a lot of that trauma and it retracted fairly well. And most people don't even realize that I was over 300 pounds at one point in my life. And then they try to presume that I was overweight my whole life. I was like, no, I was a little chunky, but even my first driver's license said 134 or 140 pounds. And for my stature, it said 5'4" at that time, and I'm 5'3" now. I'm not sure.
Okay, so this is maybe an unpopular opinion suggestion. I know Leticia knows right from wrong. Okay. Y'all don't get mad at me. She knows right from wrong. She needs to be, I hate saying punished, but, or recommended. I don't know. She does need to, I guess, pay the consequences that she made. But her just going to jail to serve a sentence is not going to help her, and it's not going to help anybody around her. I really, really pray they can look at her and order her, whether she goes to jail and counseling, or she goes to a, behavioral mental hospital. She needs to be treated. Exactly. She needs to go to rehab. And believe me, I'm not saying this because I want her to get off scot-free. It's not going to help. Yes, she needs to get in trouble for what she did, but she also needs help. Her fucking parents are pieces of shits for what they did to her and her siblings, and they never got any of them help. So it's just going to get worse. I mean, if she, maybe in her eyes, she really does consider that rape, even though it wasn't rape. Maybe, I don't know. It just hurts because I want her to get in trouble, but at the same time, she needs help at the same time. Like while she's being locked up and being responsible for the actions that she caused, she needs help. They need to diagnose her. They need to talk to her. She needs to heal from her trauma. And I think that would be the best. And then by the time she gets out, she will be better. It just really aggravates me because it's just going to make her worse if you just throw her in jail and then don't give her the proper help she needs. There's no social security flagging. It's going to be some kind of police alert. Yeah, I'm so curious how this is going to play out. It really stresses me out. I don't know what else I was going to say. It just drives me crazy. It's like, what is it? Like, I want them to treat, she has a problem. I want them to treat the problem, not just like stick a Band-Aid on it and like put her in jail and then she come out and then she's so much fucking worse. She needs to be like recommended. She needs to be held accountable for what she's done, but she also needs to be healed, fixed with the trauma. She needs to talk to someone. Okay, I'm going to try to get over that. Okay. What if she says she doesn't have insurance?
Or if I either shrank or if it was just a misprint. But regardless, my poor sister has gone through a lot, and I say that
my poor sister because I'm able to both see it from their perspective as like sort of somebody that wasn't knowledgeable enough to understand. You know, I can see it from that perspective. Some people don't mean to make the mistakes that they've made. And then there are other people that mean to do it, and they mean to hurt others. And those people are just an extension of negative energy that inevitably, and now they don't get wiped out entirely, but you understand because there's always a balance within the universe. There's always a balance. But they end up suffering at some point too. Because of all that negativity that they're forcing out, it always comes back toward them. It's an infinite sort of thing, just infinite like that, energy flow. So I would be cautious about how much negativity you're putting out there, because even with me, people had presumed I was setting off a bunch of negativity when I was confronting everyone about their problems, but I wasn't. I'm sorry, confronting you with your issues shouldn't backfire on me because I'm just trying to be helpful friendly, loving, and caring, and respectful toward your being, your flesh and blood, that you're making mistakes with. And I hate to say that they're mistakes, but, even my sister getting to near 500 pounds, I mean, I'm pretty sure she didn't mean to make that mistake. I'm pretty sure she didn't mean to have her hair and teeth falling out now, because she ended up getting that surgery and then still progressively having at least 3 children after. What? Why would you put a child through that lack of nutrition? Why would you put yourself through that? I'm pretty sure that's a health hazard. And why did anybody allow this to happen? Ask the state of Arkansas. So, but yeah, that's putting the mother at risk. That's putting the child at risk. And I had tried to mention these things, but of course I look like a bitch. There she is, Leticia on her high horse. She's just a bitch. Well, yes, maybe I do sit up on a very high fucking podium, a high pedestal, because I have some self-respect. I have some integrity still. And that's what you fucking hate.
Because regardless, God will take care of me. I'm not a fucking whore. I'm not a slut like that.
Okay. Okay, Leticia. I feel like she started to was talking positive about her sister, and then she started to kind of shade her, and then now she's just talking shit.
That there have been times, yes, I was hyperstimulated when I was a child. So everything has reasoning. Everything has purpose within one's life, within their.
That's true, Em. She's a tattletale, and that's not good in jail. She's told us numerous times that I'm going to tell. If you do something, then I'm going to tell. Yeah. See what happens if you do that in jail. She's going to, maybe jail will change her. Yeah, no one's going to be putting up with her shit. Yeah, she's a self-respected prostitute. Yeah, life's a bitch, and we all have to figure it out. I mean, could you imagine everybody who went through everything? Could y'all imagine if we were all Leticias running around here? Snitches get stitches. I know. Hopefully she's with somebody who has seen and heard everything about her. Knock some damn nonsense into her.
Their own personal synchronicities. So I discussed this stuff with everyone.
And I discussed my life, but then they bring about this nonsense and they misinform everyone because their followers are of a level of intellect that they are unable to engage with me intellectually. They are unable to engage with what I say in an even playing field, on an even playing field, because of the fact that they don't have the vocabulary that I have, nor do they have the sort of creative and imaginative mindset that I've got as well. They cannot engage. They will never understand me, and that's okay. And I try to teach people very patiently, very slowly. I'm very hopeful that some of these people will evolve. But on the other hand, I have no hope for the world, because look at the things that I'm forced to live through. And that's me, somebody that had everything purposefully in place constantly, always had the understanding that I needed to stay organized as much as possible, went through a hellacious divorce that I was confused about. Everyone knew that even after that point, my house had turned into a trashy mess. They had mice and roaches, and I had never lived like that prior. Our family didn't live like that. We may have been poor, but we didn't live in squalor. We didn't live with, infestations. We were never unkempt and unhygienic. My mother made sure of that because she has a form of OCD, as we can see on the video when she continually cleaned instead of engaging with me emotionally, because she can't look me eye to eye sometimes. And that happens. It's embarrassment. It's shame. And I get that. I've been there. I've done that. And I've also been on a lot of pharmaceuticals that forced me into that mindset. Do I still love her? Of course I do. Do I talk smack about these people? Of course. Maybe I'm the only one that can truly do that because honestly, I know them better than anybody else in that form. The more I'm around these individuals, the more that I see, and it seeps off onto me, their mental instabilities, fragilities. So I try not to get near anyone anymore because it wanes on me. It drains me to have to deal with people that are so lowly on that don't want to. They understand. They say they understand, but they don't alter themselves whatsoever to incorporate these healthful habits. They want to continually blame me for being in a state of disarray, blame me for being in depression when no one else is listening to their own words. And that's why I shove things back on them. Or do you not realize you're a hypocrite? Do you not realize that you sound deranged giving me advice when you can't take the same advice yourself? Do you realize that? So that's what gets to me. It gets to me wholeheartedly in that way. And I become disheartened. I want to help people. I want to care for people. I want to be there to adjust their mindset so they can get better like I was forced to get better on my own. I never had anybody, even these therapists that I would tell things to. There were times where I remember I would make up fights between my brothers just to tell about, whatever, that it was a normal household and the sexual abuse wasn't going on anymore when in actuality it was. And that was the worst trauma that messed me up because I already knew that I'd come into the world very, very special, very, very inquisitive, very, what is the word? Precociously, always seeking out the answers. And I felt as though nobody was really truly understanding. After a certain point, I had to dumb myself down. And that's why also I smoke medicinal marijuana in order to engage on a level to which everyone understands, or to which most people will understand if they're learned. So, and well versed. But most people don't understand me. I'm too poetic. I'm too biblical also. I relay too much of my information to the words of those that are supposed to have been, reigning over this country. And that's why most people get offended. Because they say, well, Leticia, what have you done in your life? Well, I haven't done much, but the people that I've encountered, the people that I've interacted with, know that they'll never be able to forget me because I brought out a piece of them they had no idea was hidden. And I also informed them of a lifestyle of individuals that they had no idea might have been suffering or struggling because they see someone like me out and about and they don't have any issues. She seems clean enough. She doesn't seem to be, attacking anyone or misusing the equipment or harassing everyone. So she seems to be polite. She engages with people as she can when she has the mental fortitude to engage with these individuals. I wish that I could have better pieces to my story. I do. But I understand that this is what I'm living through right now, and everything happens for a purpose, and everything happens in order for us to exchange whatever bits of information we have in order to learn from one another. That's why I say that I'm an experiment to myself even, and that the research goes on regardless of us knowing. And I went through piles, just numerous words, assaulting, sort of harassing words, violating words, defiling words that never made it through to the YouTube channel because YouTube already sort of blocks out. They have a filter, and I'm very grateful for that because I can't comprehend their ignorance. I can't comprehend it. It makes me angry that somebody would state that I was actually a child abuser, and that's completely false. Completely. I have never been a danger to children. So whomever is making up stories about that, you're going to end up eating shit, literally. So, I've never abused children. I've actually had the most patience that most women
have
should have.
this amount of patience that I have because I'm like that with men also. Keep your hands off me,
wow.
keep your dick off me. I'm so
Yeah.
patient.
I don't think anyone believes that. I don't think anyone believes that at all. I think it would be very scary to see her with any child.
And then you keep continually persistent.
That's why I don't want to see her walk out with a baby. I don't want to have to go find her. I really don't.
I'm like, you don't want to do this, buddy. Like, you're already fucked. So, but yeah. And I knew for many
years that people understood that I wasn't trying to have those sexual encounters either. That it was just something that I couldn't run from because I knew that if I were to cause a bigger disruption in the flow of my universe in that way, that it would have caused a ripple effect to this extreme, to where they are actually violating me and turning the charges around on me for speaking out about the truth because it happened to be someone that is in their system and is noted as a positive individual as opposed to a negative one. So I had to prove my value, prove my worth in that way, prove my innocence, and I have many times. There's nothing that can be said and done that will reflect positively on everyone involved with filing criminal charges against me. I just want you to understand that because I did not do anything, nor did I intend to falsify a report whatsoever. And anybody that is willing to partake in that sort of a demonic opposing behavior toward the true God, toward someone that is there for each individual one of us, how do you think that I've lasted so long, 35 years? And it sure as hell has not been mooching off of everyone around me, being a leech to my family. They hadn't seen me in many years because I refused to accept anything or to offer anything to them either, because they refused my love over and over again. I don't fear this backward criminality that the officers have. I don't fear that. I fear for them and their souls, and I pray for them. And I pray for them making the mistakes that they've made in order to hurt somebody that has already been hurt enough. It's already been robbed from, pillaged and raped. And you're going to tell me that my fragment, my perception is invalid? That's what you're going to tell me? Because everyone else has the documentation that proves that they've stayed on this path. Do you not see them at their worst? Oh, apparently not, until you started attaching to their electronics and realizing what happens behind their closed doors. Oh, they are hypocritical. Oh, they are vindictive. Oh, they are spiteful. Oh, they're evil individuals. They laugh at what? They laugh at the weak, the meek, the meek, the soiled, the tainted individuals. They laugh at those that have less than. Well, that is a mental disorder. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but if you're sitting there mocking and laughing and joking about people that have the less than, and you're over there conspiring to take more from them, well, then I feel sorry for you, and I feel sorry for your mentality, because that's sociopathic. That's psychotic even. So if you are unable to alter that, I understand laughing for a moment, but then being there to fix the situation, to help that individual, is one thing. But most of the people that I interact with don't want anything to do with compassion. They just want to inflict pain and suffering because they see it from one side, the inaccurate side. I wish there were more that I could discuss. I wish I had a life. Right now I'm just waiting to I've been having these really weird sensations in my body, like moments of heat within my body, moments of heat around my stomach here and there, like someone has placed a hand or something on there and firmly pressed against it, and it caused like a strange warming sensation, like a heat pack. That's what it feels like, just random spots around my body. So I thought that was odd. I've always felt minute alterations in my chemistry, minute alterations in my physiological stability, my equilibrium, my balance point. So I knew when I got off kilter with all the psychiatric medications that it had altered me. I knew once I had taken certain foods that it was certain reactions, sort of an allergic reaction to these things because of the artificial additives or any sort of unnatural compounds that were being placed inside of my body. But that being said, when I found out the pregnancy, I knew something was wrong because immediately I'd gained like 5 pounds within a few weeks. And so total, I've gained approximately 25 pounds, having that amount of weight in an area to which I had lost all the weight. It's unsettling because it is extremely uncomfortable. And I have to lug around this watermelon, because that's what it feels like. A big, heavy watermelon just sort of strapped to you, but it's inside of your skin, and you can't do anything. And then also too, the way that the baby maneuvers, it causes so much discomfort. He's been active nonstop during the entire pregnancy. I knew he was there. I knew something was wrong. That's why I contacted, the father, or the one that I presume is the father. And I was trying to explain to him, this is not normal for me. This is something that I wanted to see was miraculous, because here I am harboring your secret about what you had done to me that evening. And I let it go. Let's discuss this further. I gave him a week's time, and he was too cowardice to offer me any response. And then 3 months after that, after the last we had spoken,
He offered me a warning. And then I realized there was no salvation for this man, although I did like to harass.
Oh my, I did like to harass. I know you like to harass every fucking body. My gosh. Okay, so I couldn't help it. I contacted the lady who I was in contact with a while ago. And hopefully she'll write me back before I end this live, and hopefully I could get some good information. I know it's so hard. I'm so bad with this. Like, whenever you want someone to get help so bad and you want the help more than they do, it's so hard to remember. You cannot change them. You cannot get them help if they don't see what they do is wrong. It's the hardest thing to do. I have got burned so many times trying to help people. I know she complains so much all the time. She complains. I'm surprised she's not more chill, because is she running out of weed? Because she's like just going on a freaking rampage.
Him psychologically through all of my messages, because I knew he wouldn't be competent enough to understand or
to decipher what I was stating to him. And that's all right. I know that this child will be fine wherever it goes. I'm not seeking to raise it. I'm not seeking to raise a child that was born out of wedlock. I'm not seeking to have any financial gains due to a child that was forced upon me either. That's why I went nearly the entire pregnancy without any assistance. A few donations here and there, a shelter that gave me
a week's worth of shelter during this time. A few men that offered to stay.
Yeah, I totally agree. If a chance to have her son doesn't change her, she's a lost cause. Yeah, I've always said, like, my oldest, I wasn't married. And my oldest daughter, she literally saved my life. Like, if I was not pregnant, Lord knows what would have happened. But since I was pregnant, I stopped everything I was doing, and my mom made me move back in with her. And she changed my life. And I don't understand how there's women or girls out there who get pregnant and they don't, like, how is your baby not enough to wake you up to want to do better? So yeah, I completely agree. If God blesses you with a baby and you don't use that opportunity to change and better yourself, then I don't know what the fuck will help you change besides God. Okay, let me see what she says. Okay, so I said, good morning. I have a question, wondering if you could help me. If Leticia goes to a different state and goes to the hospital to give birth, will they know to notify law enforcement and CPS, or will she probably be able to walk out with the baby? Are y'all ready? You ready? So she writes back. This is why I get aggravated, and I'm just like, fuck it. Sorry for my language, but gosh damn it. It's like they come whenever it's too fucking late. Good morning, Kelly. Okay. So she writes me back, and she says, another state won't necessarily know what she's been threatening. No. Even if law enforcement has flagged her in their system on a federal level, like by her driver's license, unless she were to get pulled over, they wouldn't know. Our maltreatment investigative agencies, we are DCFS. Some states are Child Protective Services, do not have systems like that link up outside of each state. So there we fucking go. More than likely, she will be fucking walking out with the baby. I have to fucking find this bitch. This is the shit that I'm fucking talking about. I'm just going to say, okay, thank you. Like, I can't. Hey, EB. It's just ridiculous. It's like whenever I'm not dogging anybody. I'm not. Yeah, yes. I'm not trying to be mean or rude. Like, I am for officers. Yes, there's bad apples everywhere, but it really pisses me off when it's like, whenever you really need them, they're not around. They come too late. They're okay. Let me call, like, just call us whenever someone already dies. Call us whenever it's too late. And then whenever you don't need them, they're all up in your fucking ass. This is why I stopped talking to her. She's really nice and she's really sweet. I really do like her. She's awesome. I just don't like the truth. She tells me the truth, and the truth sucks. It hurts. It pisses me off. So then I get pissed off with the system. I fucking hate the system. They suck. I know, Kara. Like, it's so ridiculous. What does she have to do? It is so crazy to me. Like, if someone gets caught with, like, a freaking quarter sack or something, and they get a warrant. It just blows my mind. Good morning, Janelle. How Leticia can, how many times that we've seen her already go into the psych ward, the mental hospital, try to unalive herself on a live, be arrested on camera for her warrant, now has another warrant. How the fuck is she getting away with so much? How is she? I guess she's smarter than we think, because she sure is beating the fucking system. I mean, she's freaking stupid in some parts, but obviously she knows how to play the fucking system. They piss me off so bad. How is this possible? How is she able to threaten the life of this baby and actually put them both in danger? And she's able to just jump to another state and then possibly give birth and walk out scot-free with the baby. I'm so irritated. It's to the point where I just wish she would be my friend so I could be close to the baby. Like, I just want to be close to the baby. That's it. I feel like someone needs to be with her 24/7 if she has that baby. Golly, this fucking stresses. I'm going to play it. I had a feeling I was going to get a message back that I did not want to hear, but at least I know from her. Fucking A.
Safe places for an evening, which was good. It was, that was nice. But
It's not enough to sustain one's happiness. It's not enough to sustain one's need to explore, need to stabilize their mental frailness. So yeah, I know that everybody harasses me due to smoking medicinal marijuana while pregnant as well, but it helped me to disengage from all of the abuse. It helped me to disengage from all the trauma in order to carry out this pregnancy as healthfully as I could on my own. And you'll have a nice, pretty little baby to deal with, and that's amazing for you. But what does that mean for the mothers that you've ripped away from? What does that mean for the people, the individuals that you use and contaminate and alter and traumatize? Enslave in that manner. That's why I didn't want to enslave myself to the ideology that I'd be able to sustain this child on my own. I told myself from the very beginning, if he doesn't message back, then there is no hope for whatever family we had created, whatever, bloodline we had just established. And I was worried for him, the child, not so much the father. I didn't want anything to do with the father after we had disengaged, after I went to the emergency room on the 9th, 5 days after we had, been around one another. It is not crazy for a woman to want to defend herself. It is not crazy for a woman to set boundaries. It is crazy for men to surpass those boundaries because they want to see how far they can get.
With their words, their gaslighting, their manipulation. And if that doesn't...
I'm seriously trying so hard not to get emotional right now. It's like I'm trying not to think about it and just fucking play it, but it's ridiculous the things that I would do and I would go through to help that baby. I know, Kelly. it's ridiculous that people get in trouble who shouldn't get in trouble. People who need fucking help can't get help. It's hard. Especially whenever you know a baby's in danger. And it's not just she's a crazy bitch running around. She even has a fucking warrant. And the first time it took them 6 whole months to get her. I don't think she wants to keep the baby, but I think she is not going to want to give him up, and she will probably think that she will get more help if she has the baby. So I think she might try to keep the baby. If they don't try to take that baby away from her whenever she gives birth, she's going to walk out with that baby. And there's not one person that could just fucking deal with her shit for the sake of the baby. I would do it, but she doesn't trust anybody. I'm fucking states away. I'm down south, and I would fucking go there. I would be there with her during labor. Like, it scares me and it makes me so mad. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking...
Work, then when they get hands-on, and a woman has to just
keep her mouth shut about it because she knows that it's someone's word against the other because she didn't have a recording device on her at that time. And I realized that that would be easy. That would be an easy way to have captured what had happened. But they had access to my phone at that time anyway. They would have had a recording of what the audio was at that time. They would have known. The FBI can have access to that. Everything is continually recording. Everything is continually documenting. And I tried to explain that to everyone. Are you insane? You already know that I didn't consent. You already know from the sounds, the voices, everything that you had heard, that I was not awake. There's a difference. My demeanor is completely different. I try to engage because words are a way for me to be able to express myself, and I'm very vocal. So, I don't understand. I really don't why this is continuing. Why day by day it's just so draining to me. How I've got to go find a suitable place to go and wash up. Hopefully get some stretching in. Hopefully not be harassed. Hopefully I'll have, enough food to make it through the day and enough gas. And I'm just going to go day by day. I'm not trying to go to the hospital when I start going into labor. I feel like that's on you people. You already know you have the ping. You already know I've been suffering this entire pregnancy. What do you want to do? You want to show up with your cop cars and you want to shove me in fucking jail again? I'm sorry. No. Like, go for it, but we'll see what happens for you and your family and everything that you've ever cherished. And I don't mean to be all witchy like that. I never had meant to, but I think my words are a curse for a lot of people who didn't realize it. And then at some point they realized how accurate I was. And that's what frightened them the most, is sort of my prescience towards certain situations. I wouldn't do that. It's going to lead to this. But I guess it was just my foresight prior to it, my natural instincts or my intuition. Anyway, I am done discussing all this trash. I don't want anything from anybody. I just want to have the freedom to relinquish this child when I have it and be free to be on my own again. Because honestly, I wish I would have had a child Like I was like, oh, dreaming for a child for years. Like I lost my children. Like I want a baby, but not like this. There's no way in hell that I'm going to go through the struggle of being a single parent. I am much better off without having any attachments and having built any more connections. That's why I stopped, online dating really. And when I was for those years, I'm sure they saw. I'm sure they had access to my phone at that time. How fucking pissed I was having to talk to people. How upsetting it was for me that these people, all they wanted was my body. All they wanted was a one night stand. All these people that I just shoved to the back burner constantly because there was no one good enough for me. There was no one worth my while. And of course, I wasn't worth my own while. I was overweight. I had nothing to offer. I still don't have anything to offer. Now I'm overweight again. At least it's just baby fat in that way of as soon as it's gone, I will be able to work on myself, and the hell with these monster men and this child and how he's going to grow up all missing his mother and being fucked up. And even if you offered him a fake story to that, he would find it. God would never let that not happen. At some point, somebody will have enough documentation to prove to this child, hey, this is what happened to your mom. They didn't treat her properly and she killed herself. And shortly after she had you. None of my business. It's really none of my business. I would rather scar everyone involved by having my corpse on their hands. And that's just it. And it's not even a terroristic threat at all. It's a promise. I'm sick and tired of you people. I'm sick and tired of you threatening my life, threatening my comforts, threatening my freedoms, my my ability to sustain myself. I would have been fine had I not had a child inside of me the last 9 months. I wouldn't have made these videos. I wouldn't have reached out at all. I would have just kept my mouth shut, shared the story later, explained who it was, and then went on with my life. And normally I don't even call them out by name. Normally it's not like that with me. I just share bits and pieces because I knew I was going to write a novel about the sickness of man and how, my dating life, how people have no integrity, how people are dishonorable, how they have no self-respect because they disrespect others, and it's just part of their own mental illness. And yet I was the one being told that I was frail and ill, and because they told me they love me. I'm sorry, don't lie to me then. Don't gaslight me. I won't fall for it. And then what? No, I just play along with what you're doing. Is that not what you said? Did you not say that you, like this guy, buy me anything I wanted, baby? I'll buy you anything you want, baby. How about a plan B? How about that? How about that could have been the solution to my issues right then and there, but you were perverse. You were selfish. You were demanding, and I just had to deal with it. Why? Because I'm a considerate individual. Because I'm a patient woman. Because I thought you'd get it through your thick skull that that's not okay. That's not normal behavior. Or it is maybe normal to have that urge, but it is not rational behavior to have forced yourself upon me as I was slumbering. But it doesn't matter, right? You got away with it, right? It's okay.
I was making you feel bad. I make everyone else feel bad. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was the one in pain from having dealt with someone violating my body at that moment when I didn't consent, and you felt bad. Oh, that's so cute. That is so naively cute that you don't even know what your emotions are, that you're that fucking lowly on the scale. Oh, that's so cute. So yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty pissed off today. I want food, I want rest, but I don't want to rest in my car. I want enough gas money to know that I'm going to be able to be safe enough, if it gets out of hand, that I can give birth in a hospital that I prefer, where there are no men involved. Because I know now that I can't expect that the father would be man enough to be in the room. That'd be the only person I'd want as a male. And even then, it would be because I'd be chained to the bed through IVs that I would know I wouldn't be able to just jump up and attack that bitch. You weigh things out. Then maybe he would see, shit, hey, guess what? This is your fucking thing coming out of me. Like, you put your thing, left me with some shit, and I was like confused, told you during all of it, like, that I was in pain. All the messages state that. And I try to explain to you, I need that pill. You didn't want to see that. You want me to go through pain so that you can, mock me? So you can laugh at me because you're going to be fucked? Because you're going to have to answer to him? You're going to have to answer to, what the fuck happened there, Dad? Why am I fucking here? None of my business. None of my business. People are so stupid. They don't think about the repercussions. They don't think about the consequences of what they're going to do. And of course I understood. I understood that when I had met him, he had told me. And I knew from the sensation that I got that I was unsafe. I get that. I didn't listen to my, third eye. I didn't listen to the spirit guides and stuff like that, whatever you call it. I didn't think about it. He said he was a good person. He made himself out to be like that in his profile, with his military outfit, with his, told me he was whatever, that he had not been dishonorably discharged, that he was like just retired or whatever is what he said. I don't know. I didn't care. I wasn't caring about what the fuck his life was. I needed to get to know him as an individual. Are you going to be respectable? Are you going to be polite to me? Are you going to be considerate of me? But no, he wasn't like that. He was completely nothing like what he was texting me. And I was like, what the fuck? This happens every time. What a waste of my goddamn time. At least I've got some more to sleep. And now a baby? This wasn't a blessing. Are you insane? This has been so hard on me, so hard on him. I'm surprised he's still in there today. All those cramps that I had the other day, that was very strong. That was extremely scary. I was nervous. But now I'm okay. Everything seems to be all right because I calm myself down. Have been eating okay and pooping okay. It all boils down to digestion. That's what makes us function. So that's our powerhouse, is the digestive system. So like, even if you have stuff wrong with your teeth, of course I went many days without brushing and flossing, and that got to me psychologically. It makes me very irritated when I cannot get all the particles out between my teeth. So then it starts building tartar, and I feel all these little adjustments, and I've always felt it my whole life. But then I wasn't able to clean, back there as well as I could have, because I didn't have the proper tools. So now I try to maintain fairly well. Last night I didn't brush my teeth. Am I irritated? Yes. I'm irritated about peeing on myself. I'm irritated that, I went 2 days and I can smell that sweet smell from my fucking panties. To me, I smell it everywhere. Like, it just disgusts me. Like, I have to wash it constantly. If I could, I'd just be washing myself. I'd just be cleaning myself constantly. And people see me checking underneath my nails and everything. I have to make sure that everything is clean. I'm horrified. And I'm sure I wouldn't get sepsis if I had the baby in the car, because I'm a very cleanly person. I'm pretty sure I would just pop it out, be very scared, take a nap, not give a shit about the baby for a little while, and then find a place to go drop him off. Fire station. That's what they said, right? No questions asked. Here you go. Have a fucking trash baby. Here you go. Trash can baby. This was part of your military, men. A majority of them are, too, those little trash babies that are left behind. And you see stories about that, documentaries about, like, children lost in Ireland and this place, that place, anywhere there was war. And military men don't have any cares. They will lead a woman into that, get them knocked up, and then just disappear. No wonder, like when he said he had a British child, so he had a child in England, I didn't want anything to do with him. I immediately wanted nothing to do with him, because then that other child he told me about that was, artificially inseminated, that he went to the clinic and did all that, I don't know. I didn't want to delve into it. When he told me all these little things, just a couple things, I was out. That was at dinner. Like, I was check. Like, you're not a good person. Check. And there's no way I would want your child. Check. So, and people are like, oh, but you're having his child. Unfortunately, yes. But fortunately for me, I just don't care anymore. Like, at first I cared. At the beginning I cared. Now I'm getting all fucking hot sweats and shit. Know that the birthing process is coming, and I'm freaked the fuck out. I am freaked the fuck out. This is happening to my corpse right now. This is happening to my being. I'm feeling and sustaining this type of pain, and I just have to breathe through it and just meditate, go within, introspect, and be like, okay, the pain is nothing. It will be fine. And the pain of having lost this child will be fine. The fact that the father was never around, it's fine. There's nothing that I have to say or do that's going to, save me from this. I'm already saved from it. Like, there's no issues. I think it's hilarious, though. People are so funny. They're so funny. Oh, we got to her. Oh, my God. No, you got to yourselves. Like, you're the ones that were satanic and did these things to me. And I'm just trying to push back your energy and just say, hey, 6 feet here, social distancing. Keep the fuck off. But people are so funny. You're so funny. Like, at first I was pissed, and now I realize, just talking to myself, like, there's nothing to be pissed about. These people fuck themselves over, and not in just this realm, but like everything they will do from this moment on. And that's the sad part, is that I never mean to curse anybody. But the moment even some people touch me, boy, you're scarred. Like, you're marked. There's no reason that you should have violated me. There's no reason for you to have pushed your energy that far to get into my space. I am an important person to a certain extent. Don't tell me I'm not, because I already knew from as a child there was something odd about me being awake in this body. There was something weird about the things that I saw through the mirror, the things that I've engaged with, why I am Leticia, why I am this being, this person. So I thought that was really questionable. Why couldn't I be anybody else? Why couldn't I be anybody else at any given time? Why did I have to end up in this body? Why did I have to function with this family? Why did I have to function with the contradictions that I was seeing around me? Because that's not, I would always tell myself, well, just hold on to it. Hold on to these bits and pieces of information, because then these bits and pieces of information will all make sense later on. Get this understanding of why these people lie. Get this understanding about why they don't do and work properly and professionally. Get this information. Understand that at some point everything is going to be monitored, and then you'll be fine. I already had known there was a lot coming. When my ex-husband got me my first iPhone 3, I was scared to use it. I already had known that there was some stuff, like I was fine with my flip phone. Everything seemed okay for many moons. And then all of a sudden we have images that they capture all over the place. And that's why I knew I shouldn't have to worry. I am one of those that, you should be protecting. I'm one of those innocent civilians that didn't mean to do anything wrong. And so even talking about the father like that, I was supposed to have respect for him? No. I don't care what his ranking was. I don't care what his fucking whatever certification, whatever bullshit he's got. The fact is, he violated me. The fact is, he did not respect me. He did not respect me in those moments. He spanked me on the bottom. That's disrespect. You can't be disrespectful. And I understand that it led me into that, where I had that arousal toward him. I get that. He played it very well. And I told him, you're just a player. And I couldn't help it. That's why I also didn't finish filing, because I thought, well, I did have a state of weakness when he'd done that, and I allowed it to go further. So it was kind of my fault that I knew he was naughty and I didn't stop it. Like, I thought I was stopping it by just telling him, stop. But maybe he just didn't understand. Maybe he was just too vulgar and primitive that he couldn't understand. He couldn't comprehend what I was getting across, and that's what it is. And so I did blame myself for the encounter also. But in actuality, it wasn't my fault. In actuality, it was the man that took over that, role of being the authoritative figure, and he used his power against me in that way. And he knew when my weakest point was, because it was right in between sleeping. He knew it wasn't going to happen at the beginning. He knew it wouldn't happen at the end. He went toward the middle when I was in deep sleep, probably even snoring. That's pretty funny. I'm not in Missouri. I can't give birth in Missouri. It's not legal to have medicinal marijuana in Missouri. I'm in a recreational state. So, yeah, come and find me. Come and find me. I'm so silly. But yeah, so when I expose this stuff, I don't assume that it's going to be utilized against me, that you're going to use it against me. I'm just trying to express my emotions. I'm just trying to express what I've seen, convey through my perception, from my perspective, how I felt during those moments. And I captured it so that I could have that sort of diary, that log of how traumatized things have made me, how upsetting things have been, because people don't hold up to their word. They don't have integrity. They don't have honor. And so that's why I started, making so many videos all at once, because I couldn't help it. I was going through a lot. I still am going through a lot. I don't mind sharing with people if they'll listen and be considerate toward the amount of sadness I have inside of me right now. Very, very sad. I don't think that was really my sister you had talked to. If you offer money, I don't know, depending on which family member, they might take it. But my mother, she would not speak out, because she knows that she wouldn't have a leg to stand on if she were to be bombarded with these types of issues online. That's why my mother refuses to comment back. The same thing with my brother, the same thing with everyone else. They refuse to offer their side of the story, because they know that they would put their foot in their mouth, and they would expose things about themselves that they didn't mean to expose during trying to expose me, which nobody can, obviously. And that's why I don't worry, and that doesn't bother me whatsoever. I do feel bad, though. Are you having an actress speak as my sister? That's very sad. That's very sad. Ugh, people are so crazy, I swear. So, but yeah, I mean, you would know my sister.
If it was Cecilia, then I feel sorry for her. If it truly was,
Thank you, EB. Thank you so much. I just really had to get myself together. I don't know why I was so emotional. I think I was just, even though I knew she wasn't going to write what I wanted to hear, it's hard. So I had to mute myself and get my shit together. Thank you.
I understand she might have dolled herself up for the camera, and I'm proud of that. That's great.
But she's a shitty mom. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she loves her kids, yes. Does she know how to maintain 9 kids? Fuck no. Did she know? Did she do it just because she was selfish, because she wanted that emotional stability? Yeah. And that's why I don't respect her. That's why she knows we stopped respecting one another when that happened about my nephew, because there's documented proof that he spoke up about her allowing abuse to happen to him. So, and I don't even worry about it. I don't care about what they say, whatever my, and my mom will say stuff about when I was a child, right? They say stuff, all this commentary about when I was a child, negative things majority of the time. And then they turn around and they're like, and I'll confront something that they had done recently within the last year or two. Oh, that's in the past. Excuse me, what? Isn't my childhood well in the past? Isn't my childhood well beyond? Like, are you ridiculous? Are you okay? But you just did these horrendous acts just within the last year or so, like my brother in molesting a toddler, And I say toddler because the little girl, poor Ariel, was not old enough to realize what the fuck was going on. Poor little thing. I was so fucking ashamed for my brother, just so ashamed for him and humiliated for myself to be attached to such a name and such a family. Ugh. And so, yeah, that's why I never agreed with my sister. People were like, well, 9 kids, how do you don't maintain well. That's why she lived in squalor. That's why she had a house on my mother's property with no flooring and had a board that led back to the back room where she was all big and heavy, 400 or 500 pounds at that point, sleeping on a bed that she had with her boyfriend, father of one of the kids, I'm sure. I think the one that actually molested the kids, actually. And they were...
Thank y'all so much. I really do love and appreciate all of y'all. We have the best community. We really do. I really appreciate it. I don't get emotional, especially on live very much, but it's definitely hard. I mean, I guess that's why I'm such a freaking mama bear. I feel like I'm about to get emotional again. It's just so important to me. Just the baby. Oh, thank you, Trey. Ugh. Okay.
They were watering themselves. They were showering with the hose outside. That's how it was in Arkansas. Like, they literally, I saw it as a witness account. And there was there were raccoons coming through the bottom at night.
And they would all sleep in the same room because I was the only one with the air conditioning unit in the window. And my sister would still continue to fuck these men in the middle of the night with all her kids in there, in the room. What? No. I'm sorry, no. Some of the children were well of the age of being, impressionable in that manner. No. They weren't children. They weren't babies. They were literally these older young teens and tween boys sleeping in the same room while their mother is getting fucked by some random dude that's not their dad. No. My reality is fucked. That lives in my fucking bloodline. Do you understand that? How horrendous, how fucking humiliating that is? That my sister couldn't even comprehend why she was doing these weird perversions because she was taught as a child all this was okay, and they never sought therapy, so they turned it around on me all the time. But then they were like, well, we helped you financially. Well, yeah, my sister helped me afford for a vehicle. I still owe her $400. If anybody could get her that, that'd be great, because I sure as fuck don't have the money. But I owed her $400 for a vehicle that I never paid her back for because my ex-husband flipped the fucking vehicle. So I was out the fucking vehicle. One night he just fucking rolled it over when he went out to go get cigarettes. And then I was out of vehicle for my child. So when I asked his family, like when I told him to ask his family for help, he didn't want to, for one. Then they gave us their trash-ass fucking van for a while, and that's the one they wanted back the day that I was fucking hopped up on hydros and they beat the shit out of me. They wanted their trash-ass van with like one seat in the back, and whatever. People are fucking trash. I don't get it. I don't know why in the fuck I've had to deal with all this nonsense. I'm about to go get myself a goddamn bagel from Starbucks. And I know I shouldn't be eating that shit. I know Starbucks is the devil. I get that. There's no nutrient value in any of that shit either. Just nothing but sugar just attached to, I'm addicted to sugar. I do love sugar so much. Like, that is one of my addictions right there. But if I were in a sustainable house on my own, like had my own space, I wouldn't even think about having all these additives. I wouldn't think about grabbing and going with stuff. But that's how we live a majority of our lives, because we're so, everything is so demanding of our jobs, of our careers, whatever we're doing. The demands of everyday life in that way, it's a struggle to survive and maintain healthfully, and to get enough activity in your day as well, because you've got a 9 to 5 and you're working, and so you're tired from working and dealing with the general populace usually. But some of us have jobs where we're all alone, which is probably for the best for some of us. I mean, for me, I don't have a job. I just sit around. This is my job, is talking to a screen. This is how I get paid a little bit, which is not even good, because I'm not like banking on this. Not at all. I never just put all my eggs in one basket. Everyone probably presumes that, but no, I never expect anything good to come from the things that I place out there, because I see that reflects poorly on me sometimes, where I'm seeking too much financially. I'm seeking too much, even when I was doing the poodles and stuff like that, I never overpriced them. It was always because I didn't want to exceed that energy flow of, and people say, well, you just create more financial stability. I get that. I meditate on that all the time, but I also don't want to take more from the universe than I can't offer back. I want to be able to give more than I receive. And that's hard for everybody. That's not normal for that's not a normal mentality. Usually people are take. I want to offer at the same time. And that's what makes me cry when people give me tokens of, well, not just material tokens, but like financial support, tokens of emotional support. These little things that I hold in my heart as something that is valuable. That's more valuable to me than say, all these lavish luxuries that other people have. And when people feed me, especially, because I know that I'm consuming it as energy, it's going to be gone in a moment. That's why I take photos of the food, to show how appreciative I am, not because I'm out to convey, oh, look at me, how fancy I am. None of that. It is sort of it's a blessing that I got to experience that, and I'm just so excited to share it with others. That's all I can do, is to offer back, hey, this is what helped me. These are the little things that I ate, I consumed, I exposed myself to, that helped alter me in a positive way. And that's all I do. That's why I don't express my story. My psychologist said you could charge, $5 per view on certain things or whatever. And I said, well, it doesn't really work like that, I guess. I'm not really looking for that financial gain from helping others. And that's, I guess, the difference between me and someone that went into the humanities. They wanted the money. They wanted that. That was their purpose of going into the humanities, but they maybe shouldn't be working in a career like that. They shouldn't be offering to others, because they are very vulgar. They are very cruel. The people that left me with bruising all over my arms, apparently you're not a very good phlebotomist if you left me with, infiltrated veins and everything while I was, out cold. So I just don't understand. I wake up to all this nonsense too all over my body, and I'm thinking, did you even sanitize that? Like, are you doing your job properly? Because I just noticed you didn't use an alcohol swab. I just noticed that you stuck a Band-Aid. The one day I went in to the clinic there, it was National Park Medical Center for the women, physicians for women. And the woman, I distracted her because I was talking too much about something. She gave me a shot in the arm, didn't have the Band-Aid ready, walked over to the counter, grabbed the Band-Aid, and placed it underneath where she had pricked me. So at some point, I noticed that there was a little droplet of blood way up high, and I thought, why? Why is this my life? And I just laughed about it, because I thought, I'll get contaminated by something, and it'll be all this woman's fault because there was no alcohol swab or anything like that. What is wrong with some people? I guess it's because it's the South and people don't regulate things properly. And I tried to explain that to everyone, and that's why I harped about it to the medical systems, and I tried to write letters to the medical board about these interactions, especially about what had happened in the, the sexual abuse that I sustained by the orderlies. But nobody had done anything about it. Nobody has compensated me for any of these things. I'm literally living out of my car in squalor. I have a whole mess of things in my front seat. Oh my God, it's horrifying. I can't get to anything because everything's in bags because I had to just pack up and go to get the fuck away from my family. They drive me insane. Anyway, I need to go get something to eat. I was going to go over to Panera, but recently when I asked them for a side of avocado, they gave me like 2 strips of avocado for my entire bagel. And I thought to myself, you charge me like $2 for 3 slices when you can go to the grocery store and get an entire avocado for about $1, about $1. Are you insane? Like, no wonder nobody, you should offer that on your menus now. If you know that veganism is becoming a thing, you should offer it. And it should be like a half avocado like they normally do at other locations, and slice it up really fine so I can spread it all over both sides of the fucking bagel. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, and I want to bitch about this stuff constantly. It's like, what the fuck? Do your people not know that there's shit on the walls? Do your people not know that, this is not enough to cover a bagel? Why would I ask for 2 slices of avocado, tiny little bits, to smear all over as like a tiny little glaze? What is wrong with you individuals? I just don't understand it. I don't understand this world, the craziness I see, these crazy internet trolls, the nonsense that they put out there. And people get to know me on a personal level. They know I'm not lying about shit. That's just how it is. There's nothing that can combat my reality. There is documentation, proof everywhere. Just a stream of corresponding proof, correlating proofs that will expose everything I state is pretty well on point. She's pretty fucking accurate about this shit. She's not fucking around. She's been too informed through therapy. She's been too informed through her advanced courses in school that she knows better. And that's why I tell everyone, this baby is in danger, but not because of me. This baby has been in danger because of the people that I'm going to end up exposing here on a video shortly that keep harping at me and leaving me cruel and harassing messages. And instead of them doing something to these perpetrators, like the father of this baby, so that I can ease my mind, oh, okay, something happened to him? Good. He should be in jail. He should be behind bars so he doesn't go around fucking women like that. Because if I wasn't the one, then he's going to go off and do it to someone else. And then what? Then what? Okay? None of my business, but you should put him behind bars. Same thing with my father. He was never fully reprimanded. He's never had to be behind bars. Why? Because they have the financial means to keep themselves out of it. The corruption. You went for the corruption. You went for the money, the moolah. I see. This day and age is still not evolved properly. Oh, they still don't understand the repercussions of their actions and what it's like to take the material perspective instead of the emotional, which attaches to our spiritual, the trauma that is sustained and will continually, revolve into each generation that follows. So, they took the money. That's what it is. See? You took the money. You're just a bunch of gangsters. You're just a bunch of, lowlifes in that way. But, yeah, I don't understand it. I just really wish that I didn't have to make these videos. I wish I didn't have to expose who I truly was. I didn't realize that I would get such a following. That's weird. That is weird. I mean, I know people enjoy my company. Because I'm really weird and I'm really creative and I'm really funny a lot of times, and I don't mean to be painful toward anyone, like punish them for what they've done wrong. I see everyone as an individual, so if they're treating me properly, I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem in, and that's why it's like, okay, yeah, some people do some wrong things, but if they learn and they start treating new people differently, and I know I've been very callous toward new individuals lately, and that makes me feel bad, and I think about it for days, and sometimes I cry about it because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't mean to curse that person and destroy their life from our one encounter. Like the father of this child did to me. He doesn't care though. He doesn't care. He doesn't mind that he's already fucked. But I mean, that's what he chose. That's what men choose. So majority of the time, I go around all innocently with my titties hanging out, and no one does anything. No one ever hurts me because they're like, oh, this one's just, a little naughty, but she's not looking for the D in that way. I've never been so violated in that way, in that manner. I feel terrible. I have a baby inside of me. I mean, yes, of course, I understand men they violate, they are pigs, they're disgusting, but not to create a child like that, that's absurd. That's humiliating for me and my body to have done. Why? And then I know it's just biology. I know the creation of this child was nothing special. It was just the fact that he managed to, take advantage during that time of the month. So, and that's what it is, because men don't see it as a special encounter. They see it as a problem. It's very problematic. We should get rid of it. We should, not have to deal with it. I say, yeah, you're right. After this long of trying to find somebody that was for me, and they were never for me, they weren't my one, then I realized, oh, maybe I should just get my tubes tied, So I don't have that. But then I didn't want to alter my body in order to have to interact with the opposite sex. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that would be righteous about that. That's completely deranged to believe that my body, because it creates the life, is the one that should be scrutinized or what's the word? Sort of held responsible, for having created the life. I'm just holding it. I'm harboring it. It was the Father that created the life. He was the one that placed it inside of me. So, and I thought it was so special at first. I was like, oh my God, it's so special. And then I realized, no, it was just an every other day occurrence. It was just an everyday occurrence. It doesn't matter. And the creation of all these babies is not special. It's not individualized. Everyone is just part of a flowing system, a calculation. Just happenstance in that way, coincidental. And they say it's like 1 in a million or something to have gotten, to be conceived or something. I don't remember what the statistic was exactly. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Everything just is. Everything just is. So I know that I'm going to have to be ripped apart here in a couple days and have to give them away. And did I anticipate that from the beginning? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Did I want that? No. I was hopeful that God would say that. I was hopeful that God would place a miracle in my life for once. I guess it is a miracle that I'm still alive, but that's not really miraculous to me. I just keep popping back like it's normal for me. What a miracle would be is that if other people followed through with their words and actions, or in an integral way, in an honorable way. So, but yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day and is going to have a good weekend. Today is Friday, August 12th, 2022. And don't listen to these absurd idiots over on the side either. The ones that leave terrible, misguided comments. Obviously, that's what I was discussing in all of this. They're mentally ill and shouldn't be followed and shouldn't have any proper support by anyone else because they're unsupportive of others. They're actually there to harm others, and you shouldn't offer things toward individuals like that. If they're there to hurt everyone, then that's excuse me, completely uncalled for. It's completely uncalled for that they would hurt random strangers and make up things and cause that stranger to want to commit suicide, because that's what happened when I had my suicide attempt. Everyone in their actions toward me, everyone in their words toward me, everyone in their misbehavior toward me, and allegations, and the physical violence. So, yeah, you shouldn't listen to trolls like that, internet trolls. You shouldn't listen to the people that are trying to sit there and say that I'm a criminal for opening my mouth about a rape. That's inaccurate. That is also actually pretty damning for those people. I feel sorry for them. I truly do. Because there's no way that you're going to ever get ahead when you're always just shoving shit up people's asses, which is in actuality your own ass, right? So shoving your own feet in your own ass. You can't even walk. That's how it is. Like, I think that's funny. I make up this stuff. I think about this stuff. It's like a caricature of these individuals. And I think, oh my God, like, you guys are so deranged. Do you think that your words matter? You think that your lies matter? You gaslight other people into believing stuff, and it's untrue. Oh my God, you people are mentally ill. And I thought I was mentally ill because I collect disability for my mental instabilities. But I'm not that disabled to the point where I know that, like, I know I'm disabled. I get that. Like, I know I need the perks of disability, the check and everything, because I'm not going to work for it. Not anymore. Like, I stopped. I detached when his family physically assaulted me. And that's why my ex-husband had to file for disability for me, because I was gone. My post-traumatic stress has gotten to me to an excess that I can't function properly. I cannot function properly. I have panic attacks and seizures. I cannot. You know, there's a huge difference with my disorders as opposed to other people's disorders, and they're slowly starting to recognize what disorders I have, what undiagnosed issues I had as well, and I'm grateful for it, because when people started just boiling it down to bipolar, that's not what it is, motherfuckers. It's not. So I'm very special. I'm very unique. And I know that when you get me into a heightened state, I might say things or I might do things that are irrational because I'm afraid of everyone, because I'm literally fearful for my life at all times. And people wondered, like, why do you have such a heightened state? And it's like, I don't know, the production of cortisol when I was a child, I had to continually, up it, because I knew the stress that I was under, and that's normal for me to be under that much stress. But it's not healthy. Not at all. It's not healthy at all. That's why I try to calm down and meditate and do yoga and breathe. But it doesn't matter. Nothing ever matters. There is no reason to presume that your life matters to anyone, to anything, to God, to any of it. Just too much stress. Too much fucking stress. I just want to die. I pray that this is like the last day. Can it just be the last day? Can I just get out of here? Like, have I served my purpose yet? Can I rest in peace?
So yeah, there's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, I think it's almost over. I'm going to let her finish and then see. There was like a video. It was like 2 minutes long. I don't know if she just messed up, but I'm going to see what that is. Yeah, EB, I'm really hoping and praying something pops up. And like, that's why I got so upset, because whenever I was talking to the lady that I was talking to before in law enforcement, that's whenever she said another state won't necessarily know what she's been threatening. No. Even if law enforcement has flagged her in their system on a federal level, like by her driver's license, unless she were to get pulled over, they wouldn't know. Our maltreatment investigative agencies, we are DCFS, Some states or child protective services do not have systems that link up outside of each state. So that's pretty much what made me like lose it. I'm just hoping and praying something fucking pops up. Like, this baby definitely needs a miracle. That's like ridiculous that you could go state to state and there's no record for you. That's doesn't sound right.
The father never came back. And everybody's like, well, that makes you
Man hungry or whatever. No, because I didn't anticipate creating a child outside of a relationship. I didn't anticipate creating a child outside of wedlock. No, thank you. That's just a scar for everyone else and just a mark, not against my soul, but theirs. And that I'm going to be left with trauma. That scar of trauma. It's okay, though. Doesn't matter to me. Like, I just get over it very easily. People will wonder why. Well, maybe I'm a psychopath. Maybe it's my antisocial tendencies. Maybe it's all of that. Maybe in actuality, I just don't care anymore. Maybe I've just been so overwhelmed that I just detached. I've got to go get gas. Really, I don't want to do anything. Really, what I want to do is take that bottle of ibuprofen PM that I got the other day and sit in the hot car until I just don't wake up and it's too hot, and then I'll be fried, which will be a good thing because nobody wants
nobody wants to take care of me. Nobody wants to help me. They just want to put.
I swear that is like so selfish. Like, I feel bad for people who have unalived themselves. I feel bad for people who are in a very deep depression, who they think they have nobody to turn to. It is so fucking selfish. It is selfish to take your own life, and then it is fucking selfish to sit here and threaten how you are contemplating unaliving you and your baby. That's fucked up. Like, I know she doesn't care. She talks about it like just so nonchalantly, but it drives me crazy. It's sick. She's sick in the head to talk like that. People who care, like, that's so fucked up.
Put me in jail, incriminate me for stupid shit that I didn't do. So yeah, people just want to hate on me and abuse me and keep making content so we can laugh. Okay. You're laughing at somebody's torment in real life, but okay. See how far that gets you. All right. Yeah, like I said, August 12th, 2022. Leticia Collins Servant. Everyone have a lovely weekend. I mean, you've already shown your worth, right? Your value to the world around you and the universe. Not much.
Yeah, she definitely does not deserve that baby. She's already, that's the only positive, the good thing that has came out of this. We know that she cannot have him because he would be in immediate danger every second of the day. No.
Abusive pieces of trash, mostly. Not much. Bye.
Fucking crazy bitch. I'm so confused what these are. Oh, so are these old videos that couldn't upload on another platform? She put these up 2 hours ago, but I don't know what day it was. It was probably whenever she was banned from YouTube and Instagram. Wait, did we watch this one? Or did I watch this one? I don't remember.
Today is still August 11th, 2022. I just went in and ate, but I overate again due to my depression, and now I'm just chilling, trying to rest in my car, but the car's running and I don't have much money left, which sucks because I just keep leaving it to God. I'm like, what? You know, like, what is going on in my life? Why is my life this way? I'm exhausted. Normally not even this, like, whiny and needy, but I know that the pregnancy has just been so fucking disgusting. All of it. Just the process, the encounter, everything afterward. I just wonder why. Why me? And I was like, oh, well, it's just to strengthen me because I was just too emotionally available for everyone beforehand. I was just too, sensitive in that way. And it was my fault because I thought that genuine people actually existed. And on my travels, I'd met quite a few people that didn't take advantage of me. They were around me for weeks on end, and they were gentlemen. And I knew when I would talk to some guys over, like, online dating, when I'd say I was waiting for a gentleman, they would sometimes say some really fucked up comments, back. And that's when I knew, the tricks of their trade. And I found out pretty quickly that, like, that's just how they are. They'll do and they'll say and they'll manipulate anything they possibly can in order to engage with a woman for that one evening. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to get paid just for interactions, just for my time, my effort toward trying to get to know people? So that's why I did the professional cuddling thing, and I thought that it would help me with my PTSD toward, human contact, physical interaction with the opposite sex. And I regret meeting the father to this child. Either, both of them, doesn't matter. There are things that he said that can never be retracted. And there's things that I've said that can never be retracted. And good. I say good. And good riddance. Good riddance. There is no reason for me to care about someone that didn't give two fucking flying shits about me. I did not need a child being homeless. I did not need a child not understanding how to move forward. I did not need a child that, contaminated me in the sense of the moment that I spoke out about how the interaction truly went. Excuse me. Hey, just so you know, that wasn't okay. I got shit in my teeth from eating. Bothers me. I feel all crusty. It's probably like the refried beans coated on my teeth. I'm sad. I'm very, very sad. I don't know why I make these videos. I think it's just because I have no one to talk to and nothing to do. And I figured if I was reaching out to anybody at all, that I'd be safe from myself and my thoughts and the pain I want to inflict upon myself for being alive, for trying to see things through everyone else's eyes, for trying to see it from their perspective, and still not understanding how people can be so heartless. I didn't understand that my whole life, why my mother did the things she had done, why my father did the things that he had done, and my family members. I don't understand it. I've always been really confused by that. I thought it was supposed to benefit me in some way. I thought that at some point that I would learn. That's just the functioning mindset of that lower working class. You know, hypersexual, hyper demanding, hyper greedy, and gluttonous in that way, trying to hoard everything for themselves as well because they were never given anything. I tried very hard not to be that way. I don't know if I really am that way. I feel bad that I've lost the artifacts that I accumulated. It doesn't seem fair to me because it wasn't me that had lost them, it was everyone else. And everyone says, well, you forced us to put you in jail. No, you could have understood it from my perspective. I wasn't trying to talk my way out of a ticket or try to show you some cleavage for some, leeway. No. Just told you the truth. Told you the truth of what had happened, from what I had known, from what I had felt, what an interaction was, how I'm always so scared to fucking deal with most people. My mother was in denial that she helped push me into this situation, as she usually does. Of course it is her fault for not having watched over me. She sits there and she makes it out to be like she just takes care of all of us equally, but no. She still allows that one to get over on everyone else because there's something wrong with him. So, I don't know. And I thought for a while, like, if I just give him some time, he'll, even himself out, he'll calm down. But no, it's the same thing with every man, every jacked up man, everyone that needs therapy and probably psychiatric medications, like the father of this child. The father of my other child, living child. I'm very depressed. I didn't think that my life would be this hard to have to, repent for all of my sins, to make amends before I die. And I know killing myself is not the real answer, because then it just does come back on me. But I don't care most of the time. Just like the times when I eat all shitty food. Like I had some french fries prior to eating what I had for dinner. I shouldn't have had those either. It's probably why I'm over full. I'm depressed. I eat everything in front of me when I'm depressed. And then there are times where I just starve. This is not one of those times. There's a child inside of me. I had to realize that that's real because it keeps kicking me and it keeps moving. I know it's there. I understand that. There's been plenty of videos and whatever, pictures and whatnot. I get that. Do I believe that I care? No, I don't. I mean, do I believe it's there in the way that, you have to put a value, you have to place, what is it that Dr. Carroll had mentioned? You have to be the one to place value on something. You have to be the one that gives it that understanding, of the item, of that particular thing. And he always has this reference to this stone that he had in his office. And he said this can either be, a stone that you could, use as a, what is that? Like a grinding tool, like a mortar or something like that, mortar and pestle. Or it could be something you could, bludgeon someone to death. You could use it as, like an axe. It's the way it's shaped. So it's dependent on how you place the value on the item. And I just figure if I don't place any value on the child anymore, because that's what they wanted when they put me in jail, then that's fine. There is no value to it, to me. but to everyone else, they can sell it for its parts, whatever, rip it to shreds in their system, like they did me, essentially. So, and apparently the father of the child, because he's fucking psychotic and doesn't even know it, like, needs lots of therapy. What? What? These people are fucking crazy, I swear. I don't know what it is. So last night when I was cuddling up to the dude, though, that felt nice. Felt nice to be held. It felt nice to have somebody caress me. It was like caressing me lightly. And that felt really nice. He rubbed up like on my hip and everything and on my thigh. And it was okay because it wasn't like near my crotch or anything, so I wasn't too freaked out. He was a nice person toward me. He wasn't like all sleazy or anything. He wasn't trying to grab my tits, and so yeah, I felt alright just sort of there cuddling up to someone, if only for the one night. It's kind of how it was when I offered myself to the father that secondary time. Yeah, I know, it's like, yeah, there's a chance that it could be the first dude. I get that. I'm not stupid. Like, there is two until it's fully determined, which, who cares? I don't care. Like, what are you going to do? Do something as soon as it's born? Like, oh, let's take the DNA? No, you're just going to, like, leave it for me to have to deal with later. And I don't care to deal with it. I just don't care. I do not care which one is the father. Don't care. Either way, I'm traumatized. Either way, neither one of them is somebody that I would prefer to be around, because they had no fucking integrity to hold up to their fucking word telling me that it was safe. Nope, you're a liar. You're a liar and you're a fucking thief. Thief in the night. So, yeah, it was nice. I want to be held. I wish somebody would hold me. Sex is the last thing on my mind right now. Not gonna lie though, I still masturbate. I mean, not to be gross or TMI, but that is what it is. Sometimes we have to have that moment of release. I don't know, it's gross for dudes. I don't know. They do it too often, I think. And they think about too many things. They watch too many things. They get too many ideas. I don't know. They're wild. Calling us crazy. Whatever. Like, all I gotta do is think about it. Put a little, I don't have to do much. It's just there. Why? Because some of us just have that natural whatever. I don't mind being hypersexual when it's with the right person, but it's never been with the right person. I've been thinking about the first boyfriend I had, though, and how sweet he was to me, and how people would call him a simp. The majority of the dudes that I went for were simps, and it was because I enjoyed emotional support. I don't enjoy the whole financial, let me take advantage of you. No, I would prefer to be emotionally supported, because I never really had that in my life. So, that's why I knew, like, the whole process with what had happened and all this was not okay. And that's why I tried to harp about it, because I was scared and I was lonely, and there's another life, and I was the one that was supposed to be tending to it, is what everyone said, and that's not fair. And so I just refuse. I refuse to move forward at this point, because I'm tired. I'm very just drained physically, and that's weighing very heavily on my psyche, my cognitive functioning, and being able to truly, I don't know, I guess because of the worry, because of the strain, because of the stress, I'm so overwhelmed that I'm making poor decisions right now, and I get that. I understand that. It has nothing to do with the weed. It has nothing to do with all my, it does have to do with the lack of working out I've done. It has a lot to do with the fear that I have going in and out of facilities now. it has a lot to do with like the fear of these authority figures. I'm just overly stressed, overly strained. And I understand that I'm nobody special to anybody, not my own family members, not to the fathers of my children. Nobody. I get that. But that's why I had refrained for so long. Like, that's why I was trying to appropriate my life, and everybody else has seen me since becoming a train wreck due to what had been forced upon me, and I was not prepared. I was not prepared for this. Not that I was out seeking sexual intercourse whatsoever. And I was always cautious afterward to get the plan B or have enough to afford it. But I didn't at that time. And I thought, well, God will still protect me in some way or another. God will still salvage my soul at some point, regardless of what happens. And is really like, it's tormenting me, because I'm like, oh my God, for my first child, like, I was so prepared. I was so overly prepared, just like stockpiles of shit just to make sure that she was covered and I was covered, and we didn't have anything that we were wanting. We had everything we needed. And then some. And I just realized it's just so hard, having lost everything a few years ago to what had happened. Harassing communications. Let me just roll my eyes on that. Harassing communications. Right. Okay. How about harassing my life force for the last 6 years, leaving me with 2 loaded guns? How about that type of harassment? Leaving me with psychological scars that'll last me an eternity. So, yeah, I don't know. That's why I talk about this stuff openly and honestly now, because I'm like, holy shit, that was the truth. That shit actually happened. This shit's actually happening. This stuff is actually real. Like, what? This doesn't seem real, though. Not any of it. Seems so fake, because there's no way that this could happen to one person, all of this shit, constantly. And I'm avoidant, and normally I don't, like, try to take advantage of anybody. Normally. I hardly ever do. And even when I do take advantage of someone, it would usually be accidentally, or hurting their feelings emotionally. I never set out with the intention to harm anyone, and that's the difference. So, I don't know what to do anymore. I was trying to online date, and the messages won't go through and stuff. So I guess that's out of the picture. So I just have to wait around for people to hit me up randomly, random strangers. Just hold off on trying to go into labor just yet. Maybe I can get myself to a location where it would be safe for me to just drop him off. I'm not looking forward to this at all. And I know that there's going to be a huge emotional difference too after having had the baby, But I'll probably be angry, more than likely. It's just going to be nothing but straight anger. And even seeing him is not going to, put me at ease. Because I know that there's no way of financing him. And everybody wants to afford for him. And I'm just like, okay, here you go. Fuck it. Took it from my cold, dead fucking hands. Because all I am is a corpse. All I am here on this earth to do is be used by everyone else, apparently. I'm dead inside anyway. Doesn't matter. Surprised this baby lived through what he's lived through. I'm frustrated. I was walking through one of the stores, grocery stores, and this little girl was like staring at me. She's had to be 2 or younger. She's sitting in the cart and she smiled really big at me as I was walking toward her because I was just coming back from the restroom. And she was like, hi, because she was just talking while I was like already halfway across the room, like where the cash registers were and everything. And she's just gawking at me, and I was like, oh, hi. I didn't say anything. I just walked up and I smiled. And she like sat up in her seat on like she knew me, like she wanted me to hold her or something. And she said, hi. And I was like, oh, hi. And like, it was just so weird. She was just fixated on me. And I was just like, why do kids act so weird at me? Kids and animals sometimes. I don't know. Everybody, even men, they act all weird like they want to get with me. And then all of a sudden they snap out of it like, oh, I can't afford a kid. Neither can I. Get your dick away from me. There's no reason to have any feelings toward me. You can't support me if you can't offer me what I fucking want. Then no. I want nothing to do with you. That's what I try to convey through all my online dating profiles. If you can't brush and floss, you're not for me. And these 2 motherfuckers sure don't know how the fuck to do that. Stupid asses. Well, you see, I'm just a number. I'm just part of the U.S. militia with my number, my tag, my dog tag. Yeah, you filthy fucking beasts. Filthy fucking dogs. Stray dogs over there. Humping everything. Fucking gross. Anyway, but yeah. I know I say some really crude things. But a lot of times it's just, I learn these things from men. What am I supposed to do? I learn it from everybody that is running the world, so why can't I speak like that? Why can't I tell you exactly what's going on in my mind? These images and these portrayals of things that come from men. Perversions, you know?
I swear, she makes no freaking sense. She has no accountability. And the whole kids like me, I don't believe that at all.
Why not? Explain to you what it's like and how I can be just like you. I can be just like everybody else. That's why detaching from this child will be easy, and it's not an issue. You've already destroyed this opportunity for me. People are like, no, you've got to keep trying. No, why would I put in any effort just to be rejected? Just to be rejected and ghosted again and again. There's no point. There's no point. I'm trying to take a nap because I'm tired, I can tell. I'm cranky. I just want to, gouge something's eyes out. Someone's eyes out. There's a difference. So, yeah. I'm tired. Sleepy. I wish I didn't have so much stress. I wish it would just all end. I'm exhausted. Too much has been seeping out of me. I haven't been able to replenish my nutrients, replenish my vitality, my energy resources, my energy stores. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I don't understand. I have no more XP. No more XP. I'm drained to HP either. None of it. Burp, burp, burp. Dying. I wish I could play some video games right now. That'd be fun. You people are crazy. I just want to go. I just want to go. I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm curious where she's at. Is she in Illinois? I know she's not in Arkansas. I don't think she's in Missouri. I'm wondering if she's in Illinois.
I'm dying inside. I'm dying outside too. Look at me, I'm all wrinkly and shriveled. People don't know what my age is sometimes, though. How do you not see it through the wrinkles and the sourpuss face I make all the fucking time? I'm old. I'm ancient. As old as the stars. I'm as old as the stars. Aren't we all? Made from particles of the universe. Just dust. Dust in the wind. Is that song? My hand just fell asleep. I'm tired. I just wanted to yap because, of course, it's all I ever do. I'm dying inside and outside. This baby is the death of me. You know, I always thought when I would have a baby, I would die. I always had that thought. I thought maybe it was a metaphor, dying and becoming something else. And I realized, no, children are the death of me. Children, they drain you. They drain everything about you, especially the way they're conceived. They're not conceived in a healthy way. Eat away at your conscience for the rest of your existence.
What? No, you speak for yourself, man. Speak for yourself.
Then you lie to your children. What good does that do? None. Does no good.
I am so thankful and blessed for all my kids, so you can fuck all the way off with that shit. You're just so fucking jealous.
For anybody. I'm tired. Wish I could be held. I'm scared. I don't want to give birth. Especially alone like this. Probably just try to have it in the car. Fuck it. And record it. Just put it on live. Fuck it. Why not? Oh, but then you guys always knock on the fucking doors. Hey, we've got you. And you're under arrest. As soon as you pop that thing out, we're going to put you in prison. Great. Just what I asked for. Salvation. I'm dead. I'm dying. Everything. I'm dead. I'm dying. My life is over. Too much trauma. Too much drama. Why would the father do this? Why would you be that cruel? Why would you be that callous? Heartless. Distorted. Were you just determined to destroy my life? Is that what it is? I'm too tired for this already. I'm too tired. Like I needed any more fucking drama from the opposite sex. Perverts. Never again. Never again. People always wonder too. They're like, no, you were seeking it. Really? Talk to the people I've fucking been around for years. God. They have all the proof in the world. They just choose to harass me. I choose to ignore it. And I ignore them until they bang on the fucking car. And are you okay in there? No, I'm not okay in here. Kill me now. Kill me now. This fucking shit doesn't work for me. Just want to play some video games. Just want to watch some TV. I just want to rest. Want to eat. Not right now, so I'm over full. But like very shortly, I want to just eat and just keep eating. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously there's a baby. I get that. Makes sense. What?
Okay, not sure what happened, but it ended.
Today
I think there's only one that's like a couple
August
minutes.
11th, 2022.
Okay, which one? Okay, we watched that last night. We just watched that. Okay, so that was the live. Okay, so there's two that is like 10 minutes long that I'm assuming she recorded whenever she was banned from YouTube and Instagram because it says videos that couldn't upload on other platforms. I'm so tired. Oh gosh.
Today is July 3rd.
Oh wow, July.
No, August 3rd.
Oh wow.
2022.
Okay, August 3rd.
I just figured I would video as best I could
She looks crazy.
about my current circumstances. Since everybody's so concerned. They're just so concerned about me and the baby. If you were concerned, you would have had placement for someone like me prior to me getting knocked up. You don't care, nor are you going to fake anybody out to presume that you cared whatsoever, or that the government cared, or that the systems cared at all. I'm supposed to have an appointment on Friday at whatever UAMS bullshit they want me to go to. And you think that honestly, I give a fuck. You're just gonna charge me extra for doing an ultrasound for the baby's heart because I'd taken all those ibuprofen PM. You didn't care about me. You didn't care about this baby. So why should I give a shit? Why should I put the effort, waste my gas like I wasted my gas to try to get to these fucking court appearances and shit, all that kind of bullshit? No. There's no reason for me to put out any more when the father already forced me to put out. All right? There's no reason. I don't understand why people don't comprehend that. You don't ever get the money back. You think, oh, God's going to help you. God's going to be there. There is no God. There absolutely is no fucking God if I'm suffering like this. If I'm suffering through this, if the government is not helping individuals, victims, innocent victims.
Okay, I think you very well know God does exist, and he has nothing to do with the government. And it doesn't mean we're gonna live a happy, perfect life either.
Like this, there is no fucking God. So they want me to show up to a fucking appointment to check the baby. They didn't care about the baby prior. They didn't care. They didn't care what was going to happen if I wasn't going to get my way. If I wasn't going to get a house. If I wasn't going to get the resources for this baby. Then it means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. Just like the father. If I'm not going to have the proper way to take care of it and maintain it, then he deserves nothing. Just like his father allotted him. He called me a $50 fucking whore. He didn't say it out loud, but with his actions, that's what happened. So, I think it's hilarious that people think that I fucking give two goddamn shits what the fuck happens to this fucking kid, when in actuality, they didn't give a shit. They did not give a fuck.
Oh my God.
What happened to me? What happened to the baby growing inside of me?
Almost X'd out of it again. I can't. The way that she talks about that baby. Like one minute she's talking and feeling one way, and then the next it's like, it's just fucking horrible. Yeah, okay. She's a fucking... Oh my gosh, I just realized she didn't have a shirt on. What the fuck? I thought she was wearing like a white shirt or something, and I just looked up and I saw her belly button, and then I saw her cleavage. She's... Why are you not wearing a shirt? What the fuck?
of me. They weren't watching and monitoring in a positive way. They've been watching and monitoring. Oh, when's she gonna fuck up? When is she gonna blah blah? When's she gonna hurt herself and the baby? No. I can't wait to be rid of this fucking trash. It's so true. I have 4 weeks left and my mind is made up. The father never came back. The father never, understood where I was coming from when it was like, okay, I don't just have sex randomly and I sure as fuck don't just have babies randomly. I'm not my sister. I don't know where you thought that I thought, that no, I didn't want shit from you, bitch. The father. I didn't want shit from you. And instead of you recognizing that, and realizing that I have gone through enough in my fucking life, I've seen enough, I've seen people go through enough, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. I don't give a fuck what people think. I don't give a fuck that they're going to say that, I'm heartless now because you put me in fucking jail at 7 months pregnant. And I tried to make light of it. I tried to make it out to be like, oh yeah, it's a learning tool. It's, it's a blessing. There is no blessing out of this. Not at all. Absolutely none. It is just nothing but pain and suffering. And, the fact that my feet are finally, the swelling is finally going down and the pressure, you have no idea how painful that is for the skin to be so just ruptured like that, just, expanded in that way. And I can't get comfortable when I sleep. I didn't have the comforts of this pregnancy that I had the first pregnancy. And everybody's like, well, you struggle through that and you do better for your kids. No, that's insane. That's fucking insane. I didn't have anything prepared for this kid. So poor thing's going to go to the fucking foster care system as soon as he gets shit out. And I'm just going to straight up hand him over. I'll take a few pictures for you guys, so that hey, this came out of my fucking vagina. Hey, after some dude just fucking forced himself in there while I was sleeping. This is what comes from that. And also too, there's no need to feel sorry for the baby. There's no need to feel sorry for the father or the mother. It's kind of cruel that they would have pinned it on me like I falsified the rape report. And in actuality, I didn't. So that's kind of fucked up. I do kind of feel sorry for that situation, anybody that hears that situation. And I guess it's just a learning tool for the world around me because there's no reason for me to expect anything now. There's no reason for me to expect salvation. There's no reason for me to expect housing. There's no reason for me to expect resources. There's no reason for me to look for these things because when I was looking for a place months ago, I was rejected. I kept getting rejected. Why? Because I wasn't a drug addict. That's why. Because I actually was sensible. That's why. So they didn't allot me what they allotted the other girls because the other girls needed more help. That's the difference. Or so they say, right? I'm pretty fucking sure I needed the help. I'm pretty fucking sure whatever's flawed in these systems, I didn't get the appropriate amount of help that I should have gotten during this. And that's why my mental health is like that. And I just have no feelings toward this child whatsoever. And that's really sad because, I had thought my next pregnancy would be something really special. Something, I didn't expect that I was going to have to struggle like this. I didn't expect that my baby would be in so much pain constantly due to the fact that I'm under heightened amount of stress. And it's not a blessing at all. I thought, pray for a family, pray for somebody that's going to love you first, pray for somebody that's going to talk with you and you can decide together and you can have some wholesome, middle class type of luxurious fucking lifestyle. Just, strive for better, but I was dating on a dating app and I realize now how stupid I was to think that was going to bring up anything good. All these people are just trash on there. I knew that when I met the father. I was like, okay, what the fuck? What do you want now? Like, what the fuck are you going to ask of me? That's the type of trash I deal with. And so, like, here's his baby. He doesn't give a fuck. He's going to be humiliated once, he's already humiliated because I've already disclosed everything and the way that I do. I don't fucking hide shit, bitch. So, yeah, You fucked me in my sleep. You're a fucking rapist. That's what it boils down to. And here I am making a rapist baby, and I'm supposed to just be like the one that picks up the slack. If the father didn't offer anything but $50 for my fucking gas that turned out to be $50 for my pussy, then I ain't gonna do shit for this baby either. That's how it goes. It's a straight up, that's how the karma works. And I'm just trying to balance things out so that this baby realizes how unwanted he is because his father didn't give a shit about him. So but yeah, peace out, everybody. It's lovely. Today is August 3rd, 2022. I'll try to make another video. They're refusing to post my last video, so I'm gonna just keep trying for that because I'm too raw, too real for them. I use the words against them that they used against me. So, and they don't like that.
That makes us look stupid.
It does make you look stupid.
I'm sorry. It does. Like, I don't know where I came from to have to prove some points to people.
I'm sorry, but the way golly, I can't stand it whenever she talks about the baby. That is the most stupidest thing I heard. And that's not karma. You don't hate your baby because of somebody else.
People, but you guys are hypocrites and you're fucking morons, and you need to get your shit out of each other's asses. Go dig your dicks inside of each other's asses. Maybe that'll help. You fucking nasty perverts. So standing up for perverts, standing up for whatever flawed system you've got, fucking whatever.
Today is August 3rd, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin.
Okay, this is the last one that she wasn't able to upload. There's no way I could have done this without y'all.
Today is August 1st, 2022, and I wanted to relay a video before I managed to get away from the heinous criminal activity that's been forced upon me through the legal system here in Arkansas. I know how they've tried to defile my character, and I also know that it's very unsafe for this child, being that they were the systems here in Arkansas that have been forcing my child into having pain and suffering through the amount of pain and suffering they've inflicted upon me. It's completely unlawful what they're trying to do in persuading everyone into believing that I'm actually a criminal, whereas I'm not. If I could just be honest all the time, I would. And I've always been very giving, and that always put my foot in my mouth in that way of not caring whether or not it was the truth or not. It's the facts, of the situations. So the more that I would disclose to the officers, the more that they would hold it against me. And I realized that even these videos where they had, tampered with everything, stating they weren't going to be able to use this content, and then turned around and harassed.
Thank you, Trey. And that would be nice to have you commentate on her. She's really just draining me.
Because of the vulgar things that I had to say toward them, and they're just going to have to eat it. That's just how it is. God told me to tell you, hey, you're an asshole. Hey, you're not doing right by me. You're not doing right by your citizens, by your civilians. You're not doing right by the medical systems, the mental health systems. You're not doing right by people in general. And you're sitting there on your thrones expecting that everybody's going to pamper you and bow down to you and your word, when in actuality you need to be placed into psychiatric facilities for doing these things toward others, because that's a
That's psychopathy for one. That's a sociopathic tendency. So, and psychotic in that way. All of it. The way that they have misguided me, the way that they have manipulated me into giving up my belongings through these falsified documents, the way that they've been harassing. I know that if I go to certain towns, if I go to certain areas, I will be harassed by law enforcement, which is unlawful, unconstitutional, because I am actually one of those people that have never done anything in that sense to be reprimanded in such severe ways. So the fact that I was, and I looked it up too, they did put out like a bench warrant for me not showing up. I was literally laying in the ICU when court had started proceeding that morning. There was no way I could get up there
4 hours away. They know this stuff. They know that they interfere with people's lives. They just
And that I don't. I'm not going to say I agree with her because on what she's saying, but that is what confused me. They knew she was in the hospital during the court date, so either do another court date or go fucking arrest her because y'all knew where she was at. She is like, she gets away with so much. I know, like, I think she knows so much about mental illness is because she's like trying to self-diagnose herself like a fucking psychopath. I know, if anyone's sitting on a throne, she thinks she is. In that way. I can never hear that again. Hi, King. All right, EB. Yeah, it's going to be done in a few minutes. Thank you so much. See you soon.
don't care. They don't care how you're going to get a ride back to your belongings. They don't care how you're going to fix your life after they've destroyed it. And that's what I wanted to convey with my videos and my story, is that I wasn't given the appropriate amount of assistance or advocacy when my divorce happened and when my daughter was ripped away, and during this instance as well, where I tried to deem, you know, what had happened was true. I did not ask for it was not consensual sex. And then thereafter, because I was impregnated, my hormones and the fluctuations of me trying to appease everyone or trying to see a brighter side to things, because that's how my life has always been. I went to Catholic school. I know to give people some time to understand their own faults. I need to, give people time to make up for what they have done wrong. And the majority of people don't like doing that. They don't like to admit to their faults. They don't like to admit to when they've done something wrong, because they feel like they're in a superior position, in a power of authority. So I finally got a little bit of rest last night. I'm still nervous. I'm always on edge. That's why I'm so depleted in that way. I'm, not doing well psychologically at this point. The only one that has done that to me is the fact that, like, I was forcibly impregnated, the fact that I've gone through all of this, the fact that I've been forced to have to comply in certain instances where I shouldn't have had to. Comply to what? I haven't done anything wrong. You place me in jail, you place me in cuffs, you detain me forcibly. A majority of those people didn't want to do it because they knew I was innocent. They knew that I wasn't being treated properly, that there was a hidden agenda behind why you are harassing me to such an extreme and placing me under so much stress and you're compromising the health of my child. No one else is. If it were up to me, I would take my vitamins. I would do what I needed to, the necessary, proceedings in order to get this baby regulated.
That is absolute fucking bullshit. The only person who is hurting your baby and preventing or causing anything is you. I cannot stand that. She does that all the time. It's like a threat, like a temper tantrum. Just like she would be like, I'm not eating. I'm not doing this pregnancy unless I have my weed. And then all of a sudden, her mom, Angel, somehow she has weed. And then she's eating again. Oh, the dad, supposedly, the wannabe dad, doesn't want anything to do with the baby, so she doesn't want anything to do with the baby. Like, she threatened, like, no one cares, so I don't care. What? We are not keeping you from being a mom, a good mom, and taking your vitamins and taking care of the baby. No one's stopping you. You're just not doing it because you're not a mom. And you suck. Really fucking bad.
Normally, or, healthfully in that way. I'm not able to go to my doctor's appointments freely in that manner because I'm always fearful that the authorities are going to be right around the corner.
That's your fault.
And I didn't know that I was unwanted by
the law in such a way to have everyone misguided by my criminal profiling, by criminal, this list of criminal record that it doesn't reflect who you see right in front of you. And you can see where they were misguided and misinformed, and they did not file the paperwork properly. So at this point, I'm just trying to relax, and I will be leaving this area. And regardless of what anybody says, I'm not going to go through with these proceedings. It's irrational. The logic here in Arkansas is very backward and backdated. And I will not be standing in front of your judges. I've given you plenty of information. I've given you plenty of video evidence of what I do normally and how I am. And I also have plenty of paperwork. If you want that paperwork, you can look for it. I'm not placing any efforts into your judicial systems anymore because I see that your judiciaries are mentally ill. Your prosecutors mentally ill. And there is no reason for me to combat the truth. There's no reason for me to step up and try to own up to something in court while everybody's staring at me and plead not guilty and to have some kind of fucking probation. No, thank you. That's not going to be Leticia. I would rather fucking die. And I try to explain that to people. Like, you're fucking with the devil by doing these things. And I'm a part of a God that you've never seen before. I mean, you thought you really had me. You thought you really had me, hook, line, and sinker, that I was just going to abide by your nonsense, your deceptive, devilish ways. And just because you worship Satan, and that's where you get your paychecks from, and just because you swore an oath to serve and protect under God, in God we trust, and you are hypocrites. You are defiling God's name. You are slandering that, or, you are not utilizing the name of God as it should be. You're horrifying people. You are disrupting their lives, and you're not helping them. You use the words of God against people, and I use the same thing. And that's why you hate me so much, is because I'm in the right and you're in the wrong. And there's nothing that's going to change that. There's nothing that's going to change the fact that you stole my daughter, and you stole her from money and from TAP. And from what I heard is that he's like a major alcoholic and has all these issues behind his belt as well. You took the words and money from Satan. That's where your priorities lie. And that's why I understand that you are harassing me to such an extreme, because you're jealous. You're envious that you're going to go to hell. You're envious because you're tainted and your blood is not worth anything, and neither are your children's blood or anybody that you hold dear, because that's how it works in this day and age. I'm not sure who taught you, but you shouldn't have been following along with the devil and hurting people. That's just how it goes. Today is August 1st, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of, peace of my mind at this point, because
it's still going to be coming at you. You know damn well that you've done wrong, and it was unlawful and unconstitutional what you've been doing to me. That's a lot of harassment and violation and physical everything, abuse. So, and I talk about compensation, but I don't even need it. I don't, because the plans that I have are greater than what you have in store for me. So, have a blessed day, everyone, and a great start to your week. I say, fuck the government, because apparently they don't want to listen to people individually. They're full of demons, and they have plenty of skeletons in their closet. And I laugh at you. I feel sorry for you.
I laugh
wish
at
I could pray with
you.
you one-on-one because you need it. You need some salvation. Love you. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh.
Today is
Yeah, no,
August
stop.
1st,
Do
2020.
not need to relive that. All right. Hallelujah. We are done. I know I can't stand the way she talks about people, especially the baby. Talk about me all you want, but don't talk about your baby like that. It's so sad. All right. Well, now we are all caught up with her videos and her lives and her lies. Thank y'all so much for jumping on. I'm sorry for earlier. I was really emotional. I'm sorry. Thank y'all for being so sweet. And I might be on later if she uploads again or if she goes live. Thank y'all and continue to pray for the baby. Love y'all.